We also have a when, don't we, at the top? 2012. Yes. Will future families travel to Mars to live there, as Bradbury imagined? If so, the world as far as we know it today will certainly be different. Okay, so they've always got leave you with something to think about, right? I'm just going to put that because often the text refers to that, something to think about. Okay, so we've now annotated this questions with our who, what, when, and where. Where is the where? What's the where? Where are they going?
To the moon.
To the moon. So let's put our where over here. We're talking to the moon. Okay, here's our where. And then what's the why?
Future, something like that?
Okay, let's look at the front. Yeah, for the future, we can put the why over here. The why is here. And then also, we know the world will be different. And what about in the very first line, in the very first paragraph? The human race is constantly seeking to expand its knowledge and to discover answers to the mysteries of the unknown. Do you think that might be a why?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our cause. So why is also here. Okay, good. And then, just out of curiosity, what would be the how? How are they getting to the moon?
With the rocket.
Good. So we can just draw the rocket and we can put how. Okay, it may look like a lot of annotations, but this is how we do well. All right, we know the story now, and we are going to now answer these questions. After these questions, we'll pause the video. Okay, question 13. According to this selection, one reason that humans develop new types of technology, one reason, so why, is that they want to demonstrate that distant places are interesting. I'm going to switch to a different pen for text evidence. Did I skip? Oh, thank you. Let's go to 11. Okay, thanks. The author includes the information about President Kennedy's idea and NASA to show that A, technological advancements are needed in order to change our world. Okay, so we know President Kennedy, where is he? Which paragraph is he in?
President Kennedy in the first one.
Okay, so
John F.
President Kennedy is in the first one, so let's put question 11. He's up here. And NASA was mentioned in a much later paragraph. NASA, we know, was mentioned in, now I'm finding my, here it is. NASA is right here, NASA. So that is question 11 also. So we've got two different things. Why we've got question 11 in both places. He includes the information about President Kennedy and NASA to show that technological advances are needed in order to change our world. Okay, do we need technological advances? How about, do we put a maybe? I think so. Let's put a question mark. Something seemingly impossible can become a reality. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could put a question mark for that. That seems pretty vague, though. That could kind of be anything, but we'll just see. Maybe too vague. We'll put too vague or not specific enough, question mark. Governments typically support the development of new technology. Is this all about governments?
No.
No, because NASA's not with the government. Okay, so let's cross that out. Great leaders have a remarkable ability to accomplish their goals.
No.
Is this about that? No. So we know it's actually about A and B. So let's look at the two. Includes the information about President Kennedy and NASA to show. So in 1961, JFK believed it was possible for the United States to be the first country to land a man on the moon. Many disagreed with Kennedy and thought his idea was pure science fiction, but he did it. So we've got that. So something seemingly impossible. So let's think about it. Many disagreed with Kennedy and thought his idea was pure science fiction. So they thought it was impossible. Okay, was Kennedy's idea impossible? Mm-hmm. Yes, and it became a reality. So that would be a yes. So it could be that. Now with NASA, was that a reality? The Mars rover on NASA? Yes. And it says no one would have been more excited to hear the news than Ray Bradbury, because he wrote about it before, saying that could happen in the future. So something that they wrote about actually became real. So that could be the question mark. Technological advancements are needed in order to change our world. Do we have to have technology to change our world? Is that what this is about?
No,
Where we
really.
No, not really. It's not really about, well, this technology versus that technology, is it? It's not a specific. So actually, our best choice is going to be what?
B.
It's going to be B, and you're right. Good job. So, okay. A lot of people fell for A. Okay, what is the best summary of the selection? This is a tricky one. We're going to look for the who, what, where, when, and why in all of these. And we're going to eliminate the how because we know it's about the rocket. Thanks. Science fiction writer Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, and Ray Bradbury wrote about life in the future. Is that true? Did they? Yeah, it was those three, right? So that's a who. Verne wrote about humankind's first trip to the moon, and Wells described many technologies that existed today. Bradbury wrote about traveling to Mars. So that was the who, and that was the what. Who, what, where, what was it? Who and what'd they do?
They talk about where.
And what and where. Okay. Yep, we're talking about to Mars, and we're talking about to the moon. Okay. Did they leave out any important who people?
Yes.
Yes, they did. So it feels they missed on the who. Who'd they miss?
President John F.
Yes,
Kennedy.
President JFK. So that's a question mark. So they got like, okay, they got who, what, and where, but who is only a sort of. So who question mark? All right, now President John F. Kennedy believes that it was important for people to travel into space. We've got a who. In 1969, the United States sent astronauts on a mission to the moon. Science fiction writers such as Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, and Ray Bradbury, we have some more who's, so we've got 4 of them, have described space travel and new technologies in their books. So we have, in 1969, he sent astronauts on a mission to the moon. Science fiction writers also wrote about space travel. Was there something at the end that he might be missing? We've got the who, we've got the where. Do we have the where?
No.
Wait, hold on, let's think about
Yes,
it. Not,
mission to the moon.
yeah, mission to the moon. So we've got the where, check. So we have who, check. He got all the people. Where, check. And then do we have what? What they did? Did they travel to the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they write books? Yeah. So we got the what. And do we have the when? 1969. Yep. And then technology in their books, science fiction writers, and when. So this could really be a good selection. So we might come back. That might be one of the ones. Okay. In 1865, science fiction author Jules Verne wrote about an expedition to the moon. He described a crew of 3 men launching their spacecraft from Florida and splashing down in the Pacific Ocean when they returned to Earth. Some people compare his writings with the first trip humans made to the moon, which occurred in 1969. Okay, we have a lot about who for Jules Verne, but do we have other people who were mentioned in the article?
No.
No. We only have somewhat of a who, so we're going to mark it wrong. We only have who, and we have a little bit, but not enough. In 1969, the United States sent 3 astronauts on a mission to the moon for the first time. More than 100 years earlier, Jules Verne had described an expedition that very closely resembled the 1969 mission. Verne and other well-known science fiction writers, such as H.G. Wells and Ray Bradbury, have displayed an unusual ability to predict the future in their writings. Okay, do we have a who?
Yes.
Do we have a where?
Yes.
Where are they going?
The moon.
The moon. Okay, do we have a what?
Yes.
And do we have a when? We do have the when, 1969, and we have the future. But do we have the Mars? Okay, so really we're going to come down to, let's go back.
We eliminate F.
Okay, we eliminate F. So now we're down to G and J. Which one is the most complete? We're going to have to reread both of them. I want you to reread both of them and tell me what you think.
J.
Okay, why is J most incomplete? I agree.
Wait, is the least incomplete or most?
It's missing some information. We've got the astronauts. Let's think about it. In 1969, the United States sent 3, nope, you have the 3 astronauts, and you have the fiction writers. You've got the what, and you have the when. That's looking pretty good. What about G? Is there something missing in G?
When? Oh, no. The why.
The why, and here we have the why. And you have the unusual to predict the future in their writings. And they describe the expedition. Okay, so our best answer is J. Very good. Okay, 2 more questions. According to the selection, one reason that humans develop new types of technology is that they want to, can you read it aloud? Okay, go ahead.
Demonstrate that distant places are interesting to visit.
Discover new information.
Make accurate predictions about the future.
Engage in difficulty tasks.
Okay, so we know engage in difficult tasks. Is that why new technologies, is this one really what it's about?
No.
No, so we're going to take that one out. Okay, one reason that they develop okay, engage in difficult tasks. No, it's not about that. Make accurate predictions about the future?
No.
No, are they trying to predict or are they trying to go there?
Go.
They're trying to go there. So we're not about predicting, we're about going there, want to go there. So I'm going to write want to go there. And then discover new information. They want to discover new information, right?
Yeah.
So let's put a question mark and demonstrate that distant places are interesting to visit. Interesting. Well, we could put a question mark right there, but is that really what they're trying to get to the moon for? Because
No.
they're trying to show that it's interesting? No. So
No.
what's our best answer?
B.
Excellent. Okay. Last question. Based on the information the author includes about the 3 science fiction writers, the reader can conclude or infer that the author believes that the writers were educators, good, realists, meaning everything's real. Let's go back to fiction. What does science fiction mean? Fake or real?
Fake.
Fake. Fiction means fake, so let's put that. So realists, would they be real?
No.
No. Visionaries, meaning they look ahead and they see a vision.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, question mark. And scholars, do we hear all about their education?
Nope.
No, we didn't hear about where they went to college and what they did. So we're down to F or H. They could be educators, but what are they really?
Visionaries.
Visionaries. Good. Okay, got it off.